August 30th, 1997. Princess Diana stood in the doorway of her son's room at Balmoral Castle, watching William and Harry sleep. In less than 24 hours, she would be dead, killed in a Paris tunnel. But before she left, Diana had a private conversation with 15-year-old William that nobody else witnessed. What she told him remained secret for 2 decades. Until 2017. When William finally revealed those prophetic final words and the promise his mother made him swear. Diana had travelled to Balmoral to spend time with William and Harry before they returned to school. The atmosphere was tense. Her divorce from Charles was finalised just over a year earlier, and relations with the royal family remained strained. But Diana wanted every moment with her sons. That morning she found William awake, sitting by the window. "Couldn't sleep?" she asked, joining him. "I was just thinking about going back to Eton. I wish summer wasn't ending," William replied. Diana's expression grew serious. "William, I need to talk to you about something important before I leave for Paris this afternoon." Diana took William's hand. What she said next would haunt him forever. "If anything ever happens to me, I need you to promise me something." William's stomach tightened. "Mum, don't talk like that. Nothing's going to happen." "Promise me," Diana insisted. "Promise you'll look after Harry. He's going to need you more than anyone. You're his protector. No matter what happens, you stay close to him. You keep him safe." William felt tears coming. "You're scaring me. Why are you saying this?" Diana pulled him close. "The world we live in, it's complicated. There are people who don't want me around anymore. I can't always control what happens. So I need to know you and Harry will have each other." William looked at his mother's face. In the morning light she looked tired, worried. "You're coming back though, right?" "Of course," Diana said, forcing a smile. "But I want you to know something else." She placed her hands on his shoulders. "You're going to be king one day. Remember, being royal doesn't mean being cold. You can wear a crown and still have a heart. Don't let them change that about you." "I won't, Mum. I promise." "And if something happens to me," Diana whispered, "everything I did, every rule I broke, it was for you and Harry. I wanted you to grow up free in ways I never was. Don't forget who you really are." By now William was crying. "Mum, please stop." Diana wiped his tears. "I'm sorry, darling. I just needed to say these things. Now let's wake Harry and have breakfast before I leave." That afternoon, Diana prepared to leave for Paris. William and Harry stood in the courtyard watching their mother pack. "Be good for your father," Diana said, hugging them. "I'll call you tomorrow from Paris." Harry hugged her enthusiastically. "Bring me back something cool." Diana turned to William last. Their eyes met. The weight of their morning conversation hung between them. "Remember what we talked about," she said quietly. "I'll remember," William whispered. "I promise." Diana held him longer than usual. "I love you both more than you'll ever know." She got into the car and drove away. William watched until she disappeared, unable to shake the feeling that something was terribly wrong. August 31st. William woke expecting his mother's call. By evening, he was worried. At 4 a.m. on September 1st, Charles woke both boys. "There's been an accident in Paris. Your mother didn't make it." William collapsed. His mother's words echoed. "If anything ever happens to me." She had known. The promises he'd made suddenly carried unbearable weight. "Look after Harry. Remember who you are. Don't let them change you." For 2 decades, William kept that conversation completely private. He never told Harry the full details, never shared it with Charles or the Queen, never revealed it to journalists. Why? Those close to him say the conversation felt sacred, too personal to share. It was his last private moment with his mother. But William was also honouring her wishes. She had spoken to him privately, and he would protect those words. And he kept his promises. He looked after Harry through everything. He remembered who he was, maintaining his mother's warmth even as he prepared to be king. He never let the institution change his fundamental kindness. In 2017, on the 20th anniversary of Diana's death, William finally spoke publicly. In a BBC documentary, he sat with Harry. "There's something I've never talked about," William began. "The last time I saw Mum, she made me promise to look after Harry, no matter what. At the time, I thought she was just being a worried mum. But looking back, it was like she knew." Harry looked stunned. "She said that?" "She did. And she told me being royal didn't mean being cold, that I could be king and still have a heart." The brothers sat in silence, fighting tears. "I wish I'd had that conversation too," Harry said quietly. "You did, in your own way," William assured him. "She told us both to be true to ourselves." William's life since 1997 proves he kept every promise. His relationship with Harry, though tested, remained rooted in protective love. His approach to royal duty reflects Diana's warmth, openly discussing mental health, showing emotion in public, bringing compassion to every engagement. He married Catherine for love, not duty. He raises George, Charlotte and Louis with the same hands-on affection Diana showed him. All of this traces back to that morning at Balmoral, to promises a 15-year-old made hours before losing his mother forever. William shared this story because he realised his mother's words weren't just for him. They were a message the world needed to hear. Diana had distilled everything she believed about staying human in impossible circumstances. By sharing her words, William honoured her memory and showed the world the Diana they never fully understood. Not the fashion icon, but the mother who spent her final morning protecting her sons from a future she feared she wouldn't survive to guide them through. The last thing Diana said to William wasn't goodbye. It was a promise she asked him to make, a vision she asked him to carry forward. "Look after Harry. Remember who you are. Be kind even when wearing a crown." For 20 years, William kept those words private, a sacred final gift. When he finally shared them, it was to honour Diana's legacy and show what she truly valued in her final hours. Not jewels or titles, but love, brotherhood, and courage to remain human. William has spent his life keeping those promises, and in doing so, he's become exactly the man Diana hoped he would be. A future king with a heart, a royal who remembers that beneath the crown, he's still his mother's son. Diana died in Paris on August 31st, 1997, but her final words to William lived on, shaping a prince into a man, preparing a king who will never forget what really matters. That's why he kept it secret for 20 years. Some promises are too sacred to share until the time is right.